that shit crank.
Hey you guys, so I'm back with another video. It's gonna be kind of fast, so bear with me. Below I will put in the description everything that I used in this video, along with all the materials and step-by-steps and detailed in words. So I just made my slip knot and I'm about to start my chain. I'm making a 0 to 3 month old hat, and just keep watching. And yeah. So I am currently doing a chain of 34. 34 is the measurement that I use for a 0 to 3 month old hat for a baby. So you see me single crocheting 34 stitches currently. So that's my 34. Yes. Now we're going to start on the second row. I put it in the second loop when I started the second row. Again, I put it in the second loop when I started the second row. So right now I'm doing a single crocheting back across the first row. And you're just going to keep continuing this step over and over and over again, and you'll see what I mean. So just keep watching. So now I am ending my second row. As you can see, make sure you do not miss that last loop on that first row, and make sure you count again to make sure that you have 34, and count the first stitch on that second row as 2. So that's 34, and that's how it's gonna look. And you're just gonna keep repeating and repeating and repeating until you have a total of 50 rows. And right there I'm just showing you that that's considered as 2, and then I'm counting along with you. And if you just follow through, you should have 34. And then you're just going to keep this process going. So I'll see you guys at the next step. So I'm back with all 50 rows done. I was just using the blue yarn to show you guys how to start it off. So now I'm switching back. So these are all 50 rows. And this is what it will look like. I put a little splash of black and white. I will make a video if you guys would like for me to show you how to add extra color. So I'm getting my weaving needle. That's what I call them, because we're about to weave the hat together. So go ahead and get whatever you're going to use. You can also use your crochet hook to do this part, but I use my weaving needle. So yeah, let's start this weaving. What you're going to do is you're going to line up both sides of the edges of your hat. You're going to take your yarn and you're going to pull it through, and then you're going to line it up, and you're basically going to take it and go through 2 on one side and then 1 on the other, and you're just going to keep repeating that process and keep repeating and keep repeating and keep pulling through and keep repeating and keep repeating. And just keep going, and I'm going to come back and show you guys where we're going and where it's getting at and how it's looking. So I'm just showing you guys how it's looking, a closer view of it. I'm going through 2 stitches on one side and 1 on the other, and I'm just repeating the process. And you go all the way down and you keep going. Just keep going, just keep going. How's everyone's day doing? Just keep going. And yeah, I'll meet you at the very end. So now I'm at the very end. I have weaved the whole hat, so that's how it will look. You can barely tell. It's very seamless, it's very blendable. You can't really tell. So it's gonna look like you have a tube when you're done weaving it. So now we have to take our weaving needle and we have to weave the top to close the top of the head. So what I'm doing is I'm going in between every 2 rows, front and back, and weaving my yarn in. And you're going to keep this process going. And you're just going to keep going in between each one to the very top as close as you can, and just pull it through. You don't have to pull too tight. It can be loose because you're going to have to pull when we get to the very end, and you're going to see momentarily. But you just keep working that weaving needle through, and yeah, meet you guys at the end. So I just got done doing it fully in a circle. So now you're going to see me basically pull slowly, not too tight, not too fast because you don't want your yarn to pop, but you're going to pull lightly around the top. You're just going to keep pulling until it starts closing in, and then you'll start to see the shape of a hat. You're just going to keep pulling that in, pulling it and pulling it, and ignore my 2 pieces of string that's hanging. That's going to be covered soon, but you're just going to keep pulling until that hole is basically closed. Or you can just leave it a little bit open if you're going to add a pom-pom to the top, but I like it to be fully closed, so I don't want any spaces. So now we're going to weave the very top. We want to stitch that hold up. We don't want anything to get through, so you're just going to take your weaving needle again and just make a lot of random zigzags, crisscross, to close in the top of your hat. So right here I'm just weaving in all my little loose ends inside the hat. You don't have to, you can cut them. I just wanted to weave it in. It just worked for me, so yeah. And as you can see, I'm using my crochet hook to weave it in. You don't have to always use the weaving needle. So I'm just doing that just to have it looking more detailed. Even though this is an inside, it's not on the outside, you won't be able to see it anyways. But I don't know, I'm like a perfectionist, so I don't want anything hanging. So yeah, I'm just weaving this in, so just stay tuned. So I am adding a pom-pom to the top of my head, and I will also make a video on how to make the pom-poms if you like. But as you can see, that's how the hat is looking, and that's how it will look once I add on my pom-pom. So I'm trying to get it situated, trying to find placement. You leave 2 pieces out so I can weave those through the hat, and you're going to see what I mean momentarily. So I am basically taking my weaving needle and looping the pom-pom into the hat. The pom-pom has 2 set of strings that you put through the top of your hat, one on the left, one on the right. So what I'm doing, I'm just pulling them through. So that's one side down, so I have to do the other side, and then the pom-pom will be centered. So you just take the other side, center it, You take the 2 long pieces, you look in the inside of the hat, and you pull those through as well. And you can kind of play with it to get it centered. Sometimes it's kind of funny. Sometimes it may not look as even as you like, but once you put it on or you open the hat up, you can see if your placement is correct or not. It's okay if you don't get it on the first try, because I didn't. But if you're an expert and you know a perfect way to make sure it's centered, I don't mind the advice. Just leave it down below. So that's me just using my weaving needle, sticking the yarn through, and basically about to put it through. So I have both of the sides secured and the inside as far as being looped inside the hat. So now I'm about to just basically look inside the hat, pull it up a little bit. As you can see, the 2 sides, one on the left, one on the right. I'm just going to take those and I'm going to just tie them. Tie it, knot it. Secure it. So once that's tied, just grab your handy dandy scissors, snip and snip, and there you have it. You have the pom pom on top of the hat. It's secured. Everything is even. Everything is how you would like it. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you want to see any more videos, let me know, comment down below. I'm sorry this was a fast tutorial, but I will do a way more detailed one soon. This is the finished product. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see when I upload. Thank you.